So we are nearing the end of this international break. Let's all be honest, we hate international breaks. No one likes them. But that is part of football. I honestly can't believe we've had one so early. I really can't. We're not even a month into football and we've got an international break already. Literally not even, well, a week into September we have an international break. But yeah, this is an issue that has been raised over the last 4 days of the international break. Injuries. Now, every club suffers them, and Arsenal have suffered the most this international break. As if it couldn't get any worse. They've got Mikel Moreno out injured. Now they've got, to add to the list, Ricardo Calafiori and Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard did get injured, I think it was last night or the day before that. But this is a concern for Arsenal because they go to play Tottenham at the weekend, and if they want to win that game, it's a big game to win. If they want to win that game, injuries are a risk, and they're not going to have a full, strengthened team out. They're obviously going to have to, we could see Raheem Sterling make his debut, with Martin Odegaard and Calafiori being out injured. I think Sterling's more of a winger though, so whether he will play or not is a different question. But Martin Odegaard being out injured does not help Arsenal's title charge at all, because he is one of their best players and is one of their most integral players. Ricardo Calafiori being out injured also doesn't help the team either. No injuries help the team because they need as much help as they can get. But this will give City more of an advantage because I think hardly any of their players except from Nathan Ake have got injured this international break. Nathan Ake was taken off on a stretcher, playing for the Netherlands this week. But international breaks are starting to become a problem because I remember last year Andrew Robertson did get injured playing for Scotland. And I know that's not Scotland's fault, but then Liverpool couldn't use him for a long time, and he was a great part of our team. Still is a great part of our team. So this is going to be hard for Arsenal to get past, and they've got a lot of players out injured at the minute, and having 3 or 4 players out injured doesn't help the team. It's not healthy. And obviously they don't want the players to get injured. Who does? No one does. But it's just something you can't help, really. It really just isn't. I mean, it's stupid having an international break this early in the season. We should be waiting until at least... We should be waiting until at least the 20th of September. It's never this early in the season. But yeah, I think international breaks are starting to become a problem because, Ricardo Calafiori's barely had time to settle at Arsenal. He's had a matter of weeks. I don't think he played at all in pre-season. So he's only had a matter of weeks to settle in with his new teammates, and he's flown out to play for Italy already. It's honestly, I don't think we should be having an international break this early into the season. We're only 3 weeks into the season. We never have an international break this early. And I think it's ridiculous. We should not be having an international break this early. This is what the problem is. It shouldn't be happening this early in the season. Yeah, we're just only a week into September. Just over 9-10 days now. And yeah, Arsenal, yeah, it's not good having Martin Odegaard out injured. That is not good at all. I think it will affect the team quite a lot because obviously he is a great part of the team. He's the club captain, so like being out injured, like they're just lucky Saka isn't out injured or Declan Rice. But luckily England don't have any more games left in the break, so yeah, it's all good. But yeah, it's something that can't be helped. An injury is just something that can't be helped, and this is what international break brings. It brings a risk, and obviously players are going to get injured. Yeah, but injuries are starting to become a massive problem because Liverpool have suffered quite badly in the past with injuries. Like, in the 2022 season, we did really bad. We had a lot of injuries. And that's probably mainly why we finished. I mean, the midfield was crap. But I think we finished that badly because, I mean, injuries did play a part. Injuries always play a part in a club's downfall, and not that Arsenal are going to take a downfall, but it's injuries, they don't help any football team, and it's just something you have to take on the chin. But, like, this will not help Arsenal's team at all if they want to be fighting for a title charge. I know it's not like Arsenal's fault this has happened. It's obviously the international break, and like if anyone should be taking responsibility, it's Norway. But it's something that can't be helped, and if a player gets injured once in a while, it doesn't really matter. But Arsenal are starting to get a bit of a crisis with 3 players on the list, being Marino, Calafiori, and Odegaard. We could see Marino make his debut in December. Like, he might not touch the pitch again until December. He has, if I'm correct, dislocated his shoulder. I'm not quite sure the details of Ricardo Calafiori's injury, but starting to build an injury crisis is not good, and obviously it will obviously become a worry for Arsenal fans that this is happening. But this is football. This is football. And this might give Tottenham a bit of an advantage over Arsenal because they won't have one of their main men in the team being Martin Odegaard. They've still got the rest of the team though. It's just who will fill in for Odegaard on Sunday. I mean, yeah, It's bad. It is bad that Arsenal are building an injury crisis. We don't know how long the Odegaard will be out for. It could be a matter of weeks. It could be a matter of weeks. It could be a month, because I think the injury he has sustained is an ankle sprain. So that could mean he's out for a matter of weeks, or it could be a month. It could be longer than 3 weeks. It could be less than 2. But yeah, with a sprained ankle, it takes a good amount of time to heal from that. But yeah, I honestly do think that Arsenal are starting to build an injury crisis, and it is not healthy for the team. But yeah, this always happens in international breaks. It doesn't matter what part of the season it's in. It could be a March, and you could still get an injury. I mean, no player can avoid injuries. Like, no one's invincible from injuries. But it just depends if you're injury prone or not. And Martin Odegaard isn't, so it's good. But it's just a shame for Arsenal how they can't play Mikel Moreno yet because of his injury. But yeah, we should see him in the Premier League very soon. I mean, it could be December before he touches a pitch for Arsenal. So yeah, we could see him out for a long time with this dislocated shoulder. Yeah, because he's gonna have to train his shoulder again. So yeah, it's gonna take a long time to heal from that. So yeah, Arsenal are building a bit of an injury crisis, and it's not great. It's not great. I understand how it feels to have an injury crisis at your club, and it is not the greatest feeling in the world when you have a lot of players out and you have to play a lot of youngsters that aren't that experienced. But yeah, we will see who Arsenal play instead of Martin Odegaard on Sunday, but he will miss out on that game, which is a massive blow to Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. But yeah, that is how football goes. Injuries happen, they can't be avoided. So yeah. Yeah, if you enjoyed that video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.